Hello and welcome again to Tropical Plants and Food We Eat. Back in the garden here today, I thought we'd have a look at some greens that you can actually grow in the summer here, and they do beautifully well. These were planted about 3 weeks ago by seed. So this is rocket. So rocket's a lovely green herb that goes well in salads, stir fries, all sorts of food. And it grows absolutely beautiful here in the garden. You can see here we've got quite a bit of rocket starting to shoot up. It's looking great. So this was all just planted by seed here in spots in our veggie garden. I'll get back up and we'll have a closer look at how we can get some rocket growing in your tropical garden. So you can see our bed here. We've got a few different kind of organic matters growing through here, a bit of lawn clippings, and then we put a fair bit of chicken manure pellets in there. Got that happening. So just to plant a bit more of our rocket, we keep our seeds in plastic jars so they don't go off, they don't dry out or get moisture and then rot in the shed. So we just create a bit more of a spot here for our next batch of beautiful rocket. Just create a little bit of a seed bed in here, just like that. And then we get our seeds. There they are. We just got standard rocket seeds from the hardware shop. And then in they go. Just like that. And then even in summer, in the tropics, there you go. Beautiful. Just cover them up. Give them a drink of water in a minute. Because we have quite a sandy soil here, and we use a lot of organic matter as we grow vegetables in the garden. In the tropical garden, we like to add a little bit of dishwashing liquid to our water, and that helps make the soil just that bit more absorbing of the water. So we're just going to add a bit more of this water into our established rocket plants here, and that just keeps the soil nice and moist. So the dishwashing detergent will actually wrap around the particles of the organic matter in the soil and stops it from repelling the water. So it makes it really then hold the water well. So we just use standard dishwashing liquid, and just a couple of drops in a watering can will really help keep the water in your soil and get it to the roots of the plants to encourage this beautiful growth that we're looking for here. I'm going to pick a few now, and then we'll go up into the kitchen and maybe make a few salads. So this rocket is a very gentle flavour. It's not too peppery. It's quite nice. It's lovely with a bit of goat's cheese or some tomatoes, which we'll pick out of the garden as well, with some fresh basil over there. So it's great to actually make things out of the garden that you know are fresh and you know how they've been grown from seeds that you've planted yourself. So, and it's so easy to do. Just going to harvest a few leaves here now to take up for the salad. Look at this beautiful rocket. Another thing about this plant is that in this time of year, we often have a lot of issues with grasshoppers. They want to eat everything in the garden, and they're in huge proportions. So rocket, because of its actual flavours, grasshoppers tend not to love it so much as they do other plants. So it's actually got its own natural kind of insecticide against other plants eating it, insects eating it. So here we go, look at this beautiful Here we go, lovely salad for lunch and all grown. Okay, so as you can see we're now back in our kitchen, in our tropical kitchen, and these are our washed greens we've just picked from the garden. So we've got our rocket, we've just picked and washed. We've got some nice sweet basil, a few grasshopper holes there, and we've got our mint and our parsley which we've just brought out of the garden. We also picked a tomato from the garden, it's like a Roma tomato there, and some jalapenos. Oops, there goes one. We've got those jalapenos which we're going to peel. We also have some limes that we've picked from our lime trees. We're going to make those for the dressing. And a lovely avocado, we'll open in a minute. Some parmesan out of the fridge. A roasted capsicum, we grow so many capsicums we need to keep them. So we roast them in the oven and skin them, and then we marinate them with thyme and garlic and sometimes with ginger and olive oil, and they keep in the fridge for months. So they're beautiful. So we use them all on different dishes. Our olive oil, and of course we've got a couple of eggs boiling away, just about ready to peel those as well. So we'll put that all together and have an amazing lunch. Okay, so our eggs have now boiled, so we're going to throw together the salad. Let's put it all together on this beautiful bowl. And first we put in our rocket, our homemade lovely rocket. Look at that, straight from the garden. Then we've got our basil that we've picked. We're just going to cut a bit of that through. Got our parsley that we've just picked from the garden as well. Let's give it a rough chop. On that goes. Our homegrown tomatoes. And through there, something like that. The birds are making noise outside, of course. Got our eggs. It's from our neighbour's place down the road. We have a couple of chooks, so we always share some produce with them, and then they give us a few eggs now and then. And then some of our mint. You can grow mint all year round here in the tropics. It grows like virtually almost like a weed, but it's absolutely beautiful. Here's our jalapenos. We've just grown from outside in the garden. They grow all year round and they're absolutely prolific. We pick probably 20 or 30 from one bush every week. And they're more of a capsicum flavour than an actual hot. There's no heat in them at all. Lovely flavour. Just sprinkle those on roughly. Then we have our homegrown roasted capsicum. Again, I'm just going to roughly chop. And that will go on there as well. Okay, then a couple of slices of a beautiful avocado. Avocado is another tree that you should have in your yard. You can get dwarf ones that don't grow too big here. And they do fruit, it depends on the variety, but they do fruit and they're quite robust. So they're lovely to have. You can freeze them as well, which is great news, because you often get so many. And finally, we're just going to finish off with our Parmesan cheese on top. And our homegrown limes, we're just going to squeeze some lime juice over that to stop for a little bit of acidity. Squeezing one there. Stops those avocados from going brown as well. Beautiful. And then just to finish it off, just a little bit of olive oil. Extra virgin, of course. And there we have it, most of our produce from the garden in our beautiful fresh salad for lunch. Easy to grow, easy to do, wonderful food.